Hello and welcome to the Printable Cuttable Creatables YouTube channel. My name is Lynn, or LV Handcrafted, here on YouTube, and today I am going to make a lip balm holder. So if you'll recall, a few months ago I showed how I created your kind of DIY sticker labels for these lip balms that I bought as a set, which curiously enough didn't have any labels on them. So I bought them though to give away as stocking stuffer gifts. And I will show you how to create this really fun lip balm holder that is really fast and easy to make. So if you needed to make a lot of these, you definitely could. I started off with this piece of green heavy-duty cardstock. It's a 100-pound cover, and that has been cut to 6 1/4 wide by 4 inches tall, and I scored it at 2 3/4 on both ends along that 6 1/4 inch edge. I've got this little strip here that is 1/2 inch by 3 inches. I scored 1/2 inch on one side, and then I butt up that score line, that fold, and kind of wrapped this piece of cardstock around my lip balm, because my lip balm is actually a little bit, it's not the standard size chapstick, it's actually bigger. So you'll want to make sure you kind of custom fit this little strap to actually fit around whatever size chapstick or lip balm you are giving away as a gift. And you just want to make sure that it's snug enough to hold your lip balm in there, but not too snug that it's hard to actually put the lip balm into that little sleeve. And it does help to curl that 1/2 inch by 3 inch strip, just to encourage it to have a fold. Now, I'm working with some of these gorgeous papers there's a huge Christmas digital paper mega bundle that you can get, and it's got so many different patterns in holiday colors. It's got polka dots, circles, like those overlapping circles, quatrefoil, argyle is the one I'm using. There's some stripes. There's just so many different patterns, and it's a huge bundle of digital papers. I picked out two, one that I'll use on the inside and one that I will use on the outside. Now, this argyle pattern is the one that I want to be on the outside, because I've printed it on just plain, it's a nicer weight digital copy paper, but it's certainly not cardstock. It's still paper. So it's going to actually wrap around my green cardstock really nicely. I don't have to really worry too much about sometimes if you try to wrap like a thicker cardstock around another piece of cardstock, it can be a little bit challenging to get a nice form fit, but this is lighter weight, so it's going to work out just fine. And basically, as you saw, am not really measuring. I'm just wrapping it around my little lip balm holder and giving it a soft bend or fold, and then I'm taking that to my scoreboard and scoring it properly and cutting it to length. So this is one way to really ensure that you account for it being able to wrap all the way around and fold where it needs to. I'm also going to cut myself 2 stretches of ribbon that will be the closure for my lip balm holder. And this just needs to be, each stretch needs to be maybe around 6 inches long. Depends on how large of a bow you'd like. But I think I measured it out to be just over 6 inches. That should be plenty. And I'm not wrapping it around the entire stretch or width of the lip balm holder. I'm actually going to cut it in half. that kind of saves you a little bit on ribbon. I feel like if most of it's going to get covered anyways, it's not really worth wrapping it around the entire outside of the holder. So I've cut it in half and I'll attach it to the front cover and a little bit to the back cover. Then with this interlocking circle pattern, I'm going to cut two pieces that will be the decorative matte layer on the inside of my holder. And I've cut those pieces at 3 3/4 tall by 2.5 wide, and I'll need 2 of them. So when this is adhered into the inside, there'll still be a little bit of that green border showing all the way around. And that pretty much gives me all of the pieces that I need to put everything together. So just to go over that one more time, the green bit of cardstock is heavyweight 100-pound cover weight cardstock. And that started at 6.5 by 4 inches. Along the 6.5-inch edge, you want to score it at 2 3/4 on both sides. So 2 3/4 on both sides. Then I've got my inside matte layers cut to 2.5 by 3 3/4, and my outside pattern paper ends up being cut at 6 inches wide by 3 3/4 tall, and I've just wrapped that around the entire outside. Then I've got the 2 stretches of ribbon that are roughly 6 inches in length each, and a small piece of cardstock that is 1/2 inch tall by 3 inches wide, and I scored it at 1/2 inch to start, and then you just want to curve it around your chapstick or your lip balm to make sure that it's nice and fitted. Okay, so the first thing I want to do before I attach the pretty papers is to put the ribbon on the outside of my holder here. I used a combination of dry adhesive and liquid adhesive. The dry adhesive is going to keep it nice and firmly stuck down as I work on it so it doesn't move around, but the liquid adhesive is what's going to make it a really nice permanent hold. Then with my outside pattern paper, I put dry adhesive all the way around the outer edge just so that I can have glue all the way to the edge, but I squiggled on some Kalau all-purpose glue. You could use Beacon 3-in-1 if you'd like. It's a solvent-based glue, so what's nice about it is that because I'm using a copy paper, so lightweight paper, it's not even cardstock, I don't want to risk using a craft glue or PVA glue, which is water-based and might actually warp my paper. So with a solvent-based glue, like your Kalau all-purpose or like the Beacon 3-in-1 glue, it is not going to actually soak into your papers, so there's no risk of it actually warping or crinkling, and it will actually add a little bit of strength too. So even though that's lightweight paper, it'll add a little bit of strength. So now with this little piece here, that's going to be the holder bit, I've just lined it up so that the folds of my 1/2 inch by 3 inch, they are right alongside the inner folds of the holder. And that way it can still, this doesn't need to fold down flat because there is some dimension to it, but you just want to make sure that everything is nice and lined up so that it can still bend and close like a little, almost like a little book. So give that plenty of time to get firmly stuck down, and then you can cover it with this bit of pattern paper, which measures 2.5 wide by 3 3/4 tall. And so that helps to cover up those little glue tabs so that you can't really see kind of the inner workings of how everything is put together, and it neatens up the inside as well. And that's how easy it is to finish one of these gift holders. It's a perfect size holder for your lip balms, which make for really great little stocking stuffer gifts if you create to sell at fairs. This might be a really great, quick item that you can whip up a ton of. Doesn't even take that much pattern paper or materials, and I'm sure they would sell really well at a craft fair. They're just so darling. And you could even, if you had maybe an alphabet stickers, or you could cut on your Cricut some alphabets to make it customize and maybe even monogram it. So you could have a bunch of pre-cut letters and just monogram it with like the first initial. And at a craft fair, I bet anything customized would sell so, so well. I hope that you enjoyed this video today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.